Hello everyone, hope everyone is well. Today's chapter 11 of this beautiful book, we are going to explain the 30 spokes. Share one hub, adapt the nothing therein to the purpose in hand, and you will have the use of the card. Knead clay in order to make a vessel, adapt the nothing therein to the purpose in hand, and you will have the use of the vessel. Cut out doors and windows in order to make a room, adapt the nothing therein to the purpose in hand, and you will have the use of the room. Thus, what we gain is something, yet is by virtue of nothing that this can be put to use. So guys, I'll explain to you my version about this. So in all three cases they said by nothing is meant by empty spaces. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, or um, just share this video for someone that you think will be of benefit. Alright, so 11th verse is basically what Dr. Wayne Dyer says is living from the void. So basically, just imagine that a room is very useful only when it's empty. Because if you have everything packed up, then the room is definitely not useful. So there's the same thing as a cup that has to be empty, because if the cup was totally full, then it's very useless because you cannot pour things in itself. So this verse is basically also amazing, that you need to understand that with everything you live into, you have to live basically also from the void. That without anything that you don't empty it, you will never learn. So many people have asked previously about preconceived ideas, because, for example, you are a very good learner in Kung Fu, and then you go to a new master, and the new master will always not try to teach you something in the beginning. They want to see if you are learnable. So if you're a person who can empty their cup. So in order to do that, that's why they always pour tea and see where you are. So if you are the person who always trying to prove to the master, to the new person, that you know this, you know that, and what you're here to learn from another person, that's not a good idea. Instead of asking question and learn from it. So basically, this is amazing chapter. The usefulness of what is depends on what is not. Okay, so most of the people ask the question about, yes, I know what I know. Please teach me this. Please teach me that. Doesn't work like that. You have to empty your cup first, and then people can basically teach you something. So in this phrase 11, it's also amazing that your apology my pronunciation, imperceptible center is your vital essence. So basically meaning that you need to find yourself about asking always the question, what is not, instead of what is. Because anything that has a void is useful. Because if it is not useful, then because you are having too much preconceived ideas. Another example that I want to put in this one is, for you have basically, when you were born until the age of 7, many people try to, put things for you, and then say you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot do this. And when you grow up, then you think the world is only one way or another. Let's say example, whenever you grow up a long time ago, people ask you what you want to grow up, and they hope that will say a doctor, an engineer, or something that earns a lot of money. And that's very bad, because when a kid grows up, he or she is a phenomenal, beautiful human being that has endless possibility. but you already put that preconceived idea into the child's brain, and that's the problem. And then when they grow up, then you push them to the different direction that you want them to become. Let's say become a doctor, and he or she absolutely doesn't like to be a doctor, maybe want to be a YouTuber, and then unfortunately his whole life has to be looking at patient that he despise or she despise. So that's why it's better to clear up your mind, empty your cup of all those preconceived ideas, what your parents or whoever teachers told you that you should not do, or what you should do, but come up with your own nature. Okay? Anyway, so I hope this is helpful to you all. That when you see this chapter 11, it's amazingly that you have to understand that there are many individual ways of doing these things. So it's up to you about how you want to empty your cup and how you want to fill it with whatever you want. All the best, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe or share this video. See you next time. Bye.